You asked 3 different people for their opinion on a decision you had already quietly made for yourself. You have had that gym membership for 8 months. You will not go. This isn't indecision, it's waiting for someone else to drive. And your brain runs it to keep you safe. One simple choice, your whole morning is gone. I caught myself drafting a text response in my notes app so the other person wouldn't see the typing bubble while I overthought it. That same reflex fires when you poll your friends about a move you've already locked in. You're hunting for permission. In this video, you'll understand why you keep waiting for a green light that doesn't exist and how to give it to yourself today. But before you step forward, you have to look at what's happening in the dark. The question is why your body treats an everyday choice like a physical threat.
The cost of staying parked. 10 minutes pass in the car outside the building after the engine is off. You write the message, delete it, and type it out again. Your hands line up the pens on your desk only to avoid making the actual move. The choice is completely clear. One final nod from someone else is the only thing missing. Effort isn't the problem. You tried forcing the issue by setting a hard deadline and writing the list. It didn't hold. The hesitation returned immediately. One delayed choice feels harmless in the moment, but a single pause multiplied by months turns into a life lived entirely on someone else's terms. You hand over the keys and sit in the passenger seat of your own day.
This happens without your consent. A silent pull takes over before you even realize you're hesitating. If you never look at what drives this, the toll mounts. Years pass while you build up ideas only to watch strangers move in and take the ground you refuse to claim. The heaviest cost hasn't hit you yet. You lose a little more of your resolve every time you ask for permission.
Why research is a hiding place. 4 hours disappear into tutorials on how to write a script while you remain convinced you're building momentum. Research serves as a hiding place to avoid the risk of starting. Knowing how to type a word is not the problem. Another video loads up, a page of notes on formatting fills your screen, and folders get organized with precision. The afternoon slips away. The actual document stays blank. Resistance hits the second your chair pulls up to the desk. Reaching for more information feels like a necessity, as if one more framework will finally make it safe to begin. Reading the manual for a car you're already driving changes nothing about the road ahead. Preparation creates the illusion of forward movement. A sense of physical exhaustion follows, mimicking the weight of hard work without ever putting your real ideas on the line. Breaking this loop means stripping away the fake progress. Open the blank document and type one terrible sentence.
Close every tab teaching you how to do it.
Hesitation like this extends far beyond your creative work. Every time you do this, you lose a little more of your own resolve. Your momentum dies right at the starting line. The tax of outsourcing your choices.
One path faces the fallout alone. The other asks a friend for permission. You make other people responsible for your decisions so you don't have to carry the weight if they fail. One version owns the outcome. The other outsources the risk. Asking for input is really about making another person responsible if things go wrong. Handing the steering wheel to a passenger who has no idea where you live makes zero sense. Yet outsourcing your judgment does exactly that. The group gets the blame if the plane crashes. Your shoulders drop because the burden belongs to them now. Every screenshot you send for a second opinion is just a tactic to dodge the fall. Taking the power back requires a hard limit on gathering opinions. Set a 60-second timer the next time you want to ask for advice. Make the decision before the timer hits 0. Hold the silence and let the outcome belong entirely to you. Every time you poll the group, your own judgment weakens. You stop trusting your gut and start looking for a consensus that doesn't exist. The more you ask, the less you own.
The lie about feeling ready. Confidence is the reward you earn by surviving the start. You already tried waiting until you felt completely qualified before applying for the role, and it failed. Competence follows action. You stand on the edge of a pool waiting to learn how to swim before you jump. The water is the only place the skill exists. Confidence builds inside the friction of doing the work, yet you demand the feeling up front. Every day you delay the application, you lose the role to someone less experienced who just attached a terrible resume to an email. Name the exact fear out loud to yourself. Hearing those words spoken shatters the illusion that you lack the right credentials. This week, apply for the thing that makes you feel entirely unqualified. Reframe the gap. Instead of seeing it as a lack of skill, view it as a map of exactly what you need to learn on the job. The gap between your actual ability and your output is the only metric that matters. You could keep waiting for a sign that you are ready, but that sign never arrives. Instead, you own that distance the moment you start.
Waiting for the official title. 3 moments reveal how you treat your own creative instincts as a liability. You refuse to act until someone else hands you the title. Then your gym shoes gather dust because your body doesn't look fit enough yet. Finally, the canvas stays hidden in a drawer while you wait for a green light that never comes. External proof becomes a mandatory requirement before you commit to the role. Refusing to buy running shoes until you finish a marathon follows the identical logic. The required gear comes last. Instead of owning your growth, you treat it as a performance requiring a stranger's applause to be real. A missing label turns into an excuse to stay parked. Claim the title of the person you're becoming by saying the words out loud right now. Hearing your own voice accept the role breaks the hesitation. Speak one idea in the room you feel you don't belong in. Take up physical space in the specific environment you usually bypass. You end up watching peers with half your talent move forward while you wait for a permission slip that never arrives. The door is already unlocked. The real reason you build imaginary gates is the fear that if you actually started, you might fail. You prefer the comfort of a locked door over the reality of a project that doesn't work. Keeping the gate shut protects you from the truth. Before setting up the studio lights, approval feels like a requirement. An invisible manager must send clearance before you take your ideas seriously. That person is an illusion. You carry the key right now. Inventing a gatekeeper ensures you never have to test your own talent. Pacing the hallway expecting a green light keeps your best ideas trapped on a notepad. The only swap that matters. Walk through the door you stand outside of. From there, remove the literal barrier between you and your work, and move your desk to face the window instead of the wall. One shifted object changes everything. The room stops feeling like a purgatory. Nobody's coming to offer you the keys. The step forward is yours to take. How to take the wheel. Now you know why you asked 3 people for their opinion on a path you privately settled. You have seen all 5 traps. Your mind simply handed the keys away to avoid the weight of a bad outcome. Psychologists call this external locus of control. In plain words, it means you're waiting for someone else to drive. You've given away your own power. External locus of control keeps you parked. You demand another voice grant you clearance before you move. Every delay you create is just a way to dodge the blame if things go wrong. The final call belongs to you, not those 3 people. Subscribe. There's more here that puts you back in the driver's seat.